Hi, my name is Sheila, and I'm an accent reduction coach in Silicon Valley. Today, I just want to tell you 10 common mistakes that my Indian students make when speaking English. Now, my students are really good at English. They're managers and engineers here in Silicon Valley, but they want to improve their pronunciation and sound even better. And I'm just going to share with you 10 really common mistakes that most of my Indian students all make. Number 1, they think they need to say the T in words like interview or international, but we don't say the T after an N. So it's not interview or international. It's just interview, international. When we say too many T's, it makes our English sound really choppy, and then it's not very pleasant to listen to. Number 2, they confuse words like time and dime. Now, when an Indian person says it, they say something in between the T and the D, and I can't really reproduce it. Americans can't say that sound. You have a special talent, but the talent is not very useful for speaking English. So when you do time, make sure it doesn't come out like dime. What you need to do is have a lot of air trapped inside your mouth, and then you're going to let it out really quickly with lots of power. You also need to firmly touch your tongue to the top of your mouth and then quickly let it go while all the air is quickly escaping. Time. If you don't have enough air escaping, then it might sound kind of soft like a D. So make sure time sounds really different from dime. Number 3, people from India like to say truck when what they really mean is truck. So Americans don't actually say a T and an R when we have a TR. We say a CHR, truck. To make the CH, I'll have to round my lips and use the middle of the tongue touching the middle of the top of my mouth. Cha, cha, truck. Also, you want to make sure for that R that you're pulling your tongue backward and not lifting the tip of your tongue and vibrating it for the R. So again, it is not truck, it is truck. Also related to that CH is the word question. A lot of Indians say question with no CH in the middle, but that word definitely has a CH in the middle. So make sure you say question. Maybe round your lips in the middle to help you make that CH. Number 4 is a little problem with a K, especially the K in an X or the K before a T. Let's take the word expect. In expect, I have 2 Ks. First of all, there's the X, which is actually a KS. I have to say X. If I just say expect, like ES, that's not going to cut it. There has to be a K. X, X. Then for the last part of the word, the C before the T is a K sound. Expect. Notice that when I make that K, I smile a lot to access the back of my mouth. K, k. So what's going to happen with my tongue is I'm going to have to use the back of my tongue for the K and then quickly switch to the front of my tongue for the T. Expect. Number 5, the TH problem. So a lot of my Indian students, maybe all of them, come to me initially saying turd when they mean third. And that's not a good mistake because those 2 words do not have a similar meaning. For third, you need to make sure you stick your tongue out. Third. Don't bite your tongue and don't let your tongue touch your teeth. Make sure your mouth is open enough so your tongue can freely come out and so that your tongue doesn't have to touch your teeth. The air should freely exit. If the air doesn't freely exit and has too much friction, you might end up spitting at somebody. This TH should sound like a gentle ocean breeze, and the tongue should move very slowly. Third. It also helps to start exhaling a little bit before I actually make the TH sound, because the big mistake is to move the tongue so quickly that it accidentally strikes something, and then it'll sound like a T. So make sure you're saying third and not turd. The same problem happens with the voice TH. You need to say that and not dat. Number 6, we have to address the R. So we talked about the R a little bit before with the word truck, but what about when it's in a word like verb? I don't want you to say verb. That's not enough R. That's not even an R. We need a really strong R. R is very characteristic of American English. To make the American R, you need to pull your tongue backward, like you're going to swallow it. You kind of pinch the corners of your lips. Verb. You make your mouth really small so that the sides of your tongue can touch the inside edges of your upper molars. Verb. So try pulling that tongue backwards and feel how it touches your top teeth. Verb. And while we're on the word verb, don't forget to put your teeth on your bottom lips. Maybe the inside part of your bottom lips, so that if you're a female, you're not getting lipstick all over your teeth. Verb. Your lips should vibrate. Verb. Number 7, let's talk about the L. So I rarely get an Indian student coming to me who says the word cold correctly. Cold should not sound like cold. There's definitely an L that has to be audible there. When I say cold, I do the O, and then I add a W and a short U so that I have basically 2 syllables. Cold. Don't forget the W-U-L-D. Wold. And smile on the L so that you can broaden your tongue. Cold. Number 8. Now this mistake is just because you probably learned some British English, but we don't say laugh, we say laugh. Are you laughing at me? It's not laugh, it's laugh. And that short A in laugh is very characteristic of American English. Ah. When you say ah instead of ah, you need to make sure the tip of your tongue is up. So I'm going to show you with my mouth wide open the difference between ah and ah. When I say ah, the short A, the tip of my tongue will be up. But when I say the ah, the short O, the tip will be down. Watch this. Ah, ah. Ah, ah. That's the difference. Number 9, the oi vowel. So usually Indian students say something like toy instead of toy. Well, I'm American, so I just did a really bad imitation of what you do. But in any case, you need to have more long O inside of the oi. Toy starts with a long O and ends with a long E. Oi. So make sure you're not opening your mouth too much and saying toy. Number 10. We have a few word stress problems that we need to take care of. But if you want to learn more about this, you should check out my full course on Udemy. For now, I'll just tell you that forget is not forget. We reduce the for to fur, and we stress the get. This happens a lot in verbs where we stress the second syllable instead of the first. So it's forget. It is not forget. You're trying too hard. Relax. And solicitation should not sound like solicitation. So whenever you have a word that ends in shun, you always stress the vowel immediately to the left. So in this case, we stress the A, solicitation. Now, in English, we also have the rule of alternating stress, where you stress approximately every other syllable. Solicitation, solicitation. So I stress not only the A, but also the LIC gets secondary stress. It gets the second most amount of stress. But that SO at the beginning, that's super reduced. It's just sa. Solicitation. Okay, check out my course for Indian IT professionals. I have a course on American English vowels and American English consonants. I'd love to help you more. I have a lot more to tell you.